Alamo City. And it's the regular season finale of the Big Three, coming in hot into San Antonio. Here's a look at our schedule here on CBS. We got 3 games for you as we wrap up the regular season. We'll start things off with the enemies and 3's company. Then you'll see Tri-State and the Ghost Ballers, and the top team in the league, Bivouac, taking on the Triplets. So we take a look at the standings. Bivouac, enemies, 2 of the top teams. Look, they've already locked up playoff spots. The top 4 teams make the playoffs. That means 3's company, Tri-State, Ghost Ballers, and Triplets all fighting for the last 2 spots. Here's what's at stake for this game. For the enemies, look, you want to win. You want to clinch that number 2 seed. Hey, you possibly could even clinch the number 1 seed with the victory. And for 3's company, they've got to win if they want to clinch a playoff spot. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer alongside the man who got his name the Little General in this city. Why? He delivered this franchise their first NBA championship, Avery Johnson.
So glad to be back here in San Antonio with you, my friend. And this is an exciting first game, and specifically for the enemies, they have to stay focused. They lost their focus a little bit last week, and they control their own destiny and really concealing and solidly with that number 2 seed.
Yeah.
If they win, they can get that number 2 seed, which is going to go a long way. And then 3's company, Michael Beasley, needs some help.
Well, let's talk about 3's company, because this is a team, as you talked about last week, taking on the 3-headed monsters. And Michael Beasley was great. He had over 30, but they took the loss.
Yeah, and again, they took the loss because the role players didn't show up. And in this 3-on-3, you need all 3 players to make contributions on the floor at all times on both ends of the floor. And then with the enemies, again, you talking about Jordan Crawford. We know he can fill it up, Elijah Stewart. But here, lost your concentration, messing around with Coach Gary Payton, and that led them to their first loss. So we'll see if they can bounce back.
Both teams want to lock up things. For the enemies, look, a victory today, they can definitely be the 2 seed, but possibly even the number 1 seed. They're the defending champions. And for 3's company, of course, Nick Young's their head coach. Led them to a championship last year. And for 3's company, well, they got a Hall of Famer as their head coach, Michael Cooper. He's the head coach. They need a victory if they want to be that 3rd team in the playoffs. Only 4 make it. Here's the total satisfaction team rosters. They are presented by Snickers. Jordan Crawford, he's the captain of the defending champion enemies. Mario Chalmers, of course, you know him for all of those championships he won in Miami, the Heat with LeBron and D. Wade. He's the captain of 3's company, along with Michael Beasley. If you're new to the Big Three, here's the rules. Listen, the first team to 50, they win, but you got to win by 2 in the Big Three. They got the bring the fire rule. You want to challenge a call? You know what? You can make the players go one-on-one to get the basketball and the points. And then you got the 4-point shot. Something Ice Cube came up so innovative that keeps the game really exciting. Here it is. The fight for the playoffs begin right now. 3's company, the enemies, both teams wanting to win to get in. And it's Chalmers, guarded by Crawford.
And you can see they want to establish Reggie Evans inside to start this game.
How about Stewart with the block? 1 second left on the shot clock. It's no good. Stewart follows it up, but is there a shot clock violation?
Yeah, the ball hit the rim.
They said lane violation.
Never really had control of the basketball.
Yeah, you're right. So Chalmers will inbound. Here's Michael Beasley, leading scorer in the Big Three, averages 22 a game. Driving on Austin with that left hand and scores it.
And Beasley has the advantage, especially in that situation. You got to guard him at the 3-point line. We know he can put the ball on the floor, and we'll see how long they leave Isaiah Austin on him.
Stewart misses that 3. It's back to Beasley. Fires. It's no good. Austin with the rebound. And here is Jordan Crawford. Driving. Crawford lays it in. He was looking for a foul and one.
And remember what we talked about with the enemies. You need to stay focused on your team not the opposing coach or the referees. We know in the Big Three, you know, there's basically no babies allowed because, you know, you almost have to get mugged, get a foul called.
Mario Chalmers scores there. Ian McClinney, Levon Zakarian, and Charles Rubia. Those are our officials. That three is good by Isaiah Austin.
Isaiah Austin out of Baylor. You know, he's a big guy that would fit well in, especially in today's game, because he can spread the floor, he can shoot the three, he can play inside. He's a very versatile big man.
Austin and Reggie Evans get tied up. 1 point lead for the enemies. You talk about Michael Beasley being the leading scorer in the Big Three, and you can see what, look at this. He's put up 30 the past couple of weeks, and as you point out, it's his team. He needs some help offensively. Here's Reggie Evans, kicks it out. Chalmers open for three, in and out. But there's Reggie, clean it up, but misses.
And that's a great way for him to really help Beasley is offensive rebounds.
Crawford pulls, too strong. Austin, the follow is no good. Stewart tips it, but to Reggie Evans. Chalmers thought about the four, and now pulls a three. Evans blocked, and the follow's good by Elijah Stewart.
And Reggie Evans, he's going to have to make a decision on those offensive rebounds. If you don't have total control of the basketball, that's the best time to kick it out for a wide open three, if you can't finish inside.
First team to 25, we go to the half. Here's Beasley, one dribble pull-up, cash.
I call Beasley, Michael Beasley, he's just a professional scorer. He's been scoring from the minute he first
came out the womb.
Yeah.
That's what you were trying to say. The minute he came out the womb, he was getting buckets. Here's Reggie Evans, Beasley in the corner. That's too strong. Crawford, the rebound. Austin will pull the three. He can shoot it, misses that one. Kick out to Chalmers. Let's see if someone starts to take it to the basket now.
All right, just mix up your game a little bit.
Crawford bumps, Chalmers.
It's so easy to settle for three-point shots. But you got to know how to adjust your game. But look at this defense versus Bivouac last week.
Well, yeah, they were the best defensive team in the league, only giving up 37 points a game, but boy, gave up 50 to Bivouac and lost that game. Except for the first loss, in fact, put an end to their winning streak, which was at 9 games as Elijah Stewart kisses that one off the glass. Enemies had a 9-game winning streak that dated back to last season. It was the second longest in Big Three history. Here's Beasley for 4. Chalmers saves it to Crawford. Austin, Haynes scores.
And that's what we're talking about, Austin. You know, he knocks down a three earlier, but he's a big guy that's very versatile. Play inside out at the mid-range. He's also a really good passer.
9-2 run by the enemies. 11-6, 5-point lead. Here's Beasley in the lane. It's no good. To Chalmers.
That's the shot.
Got it.
That's it. Huge assist for Reggie Evans. Smart basketball. Reggie's been around a long time.
Rebound leader in the Big Three. Here's Elijah Stewart. And a reach in by Reggie Evans.
Yeah, you look at Stewart here taking Reggie Evans off the bounce. And then Isaiah Austin. This is a tough shot, this little short shot on the baseline.
Enemies will inbound.
That little short shot on the baseline, that's where I used to operate.
Oh, let me
because
tell
I
you
didn't have three-point range.
Well, I'll tell you what, you won the NBA championship at the Garden with that little shot on the baseline. I remember.
The play wasn't for me, it was for Tim Duncan.
And I'm sure they said, thank you, little general. That was a rookie Tim Duncan at that time, too.
Yeah, that was early in his career, second year.
Quincy Miller has checked in. for the enemies. As Crawford pulls from distance. Beasley the rebound. Working on Miller in his bag. Over to Nasir Kaur. Extra pass to Chalmers from the corner. And 3's company, 1-point lead.
This is just beautiful ball movement. We used to call this .5 in San Antonio. You have .5 to make a play. Pass it, dribble it, or shoot it.
The Big 3 on CBS Sports is sponsored by Taco Bell and by Walmart. We don't just have everything, we have your thing.
They called him the Little General. And boy, did he lead this team to their first NBA championship back in 1999. And it was his jumper from the baseline at the Garden that sealed that game. And there's the number that hangs here from the Raptors. Avery Johnson, 10 seasons with the Spurs, NBA championship, gave him the first of 5. And of course, inducted into the San Antonio Hall of Fame back in 2009. How's it feel to be back home, Little General?
It feels great. See, I wasn't wearing glasses back then. now I'm wearing glasses. I say it all the time. I had a 12-pack back then with my abs. Now I got a no-pack. I got to work on that. I'm very motivated now after seeing those photos and feeling all the love from the Spurs fans here in San Antonio.
Oh, my gosh. Everywhere we go, Avery! Avery! They love him here.
I tell you what, we're going to have more Big 3 fans after we complete all 4 of these games today.
Here's Nasir Kaur, misses that 3. Crawford driving the baseline, kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart's open. Neither team can find the range from distance. Stewart, another rebound, this one to Quincy Miller. Stolen ball by Chalmers.
And see, when you can't find the range, that's when you need a little backdoor cut. You know, a little movement. You see everybody's pretty stationary right now. It's really easy to guard.
Beasley couldn't believe that one rolled off.
Yeah, maybe a fake pick and roll in the slip.
Miller, another 3. And here's Beasley. Euro stepping and scoring.
Or a quick drive to the basket.
3-point lead for 3's company. First team to 25. We go to the half. Here's Crawford. Working on Nasir Kaur.
Watch the spin baseline. There it is.
You called it. Reverses, missed it. Stewart tries to put it back up and fouled.
So when you're a little stationary, quick drive by Beasley. You know he loves to talk trash.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you don't even say any words, it's your body language.
Yeah.
It's the eyes. It's the nonverbal. I remember getting a technical foul, just staring at a referee. Just staring. I didn't say anything.
Come on.
I was just staring.
Stewart knocks it down, 1 for 2. Lead is 1 for 3's company. Again, first team to 25. We go to the half. Sean Williams has checked in now for 3's company.
And we talked about Beasley getting some help. This is the guy, Nasir Kaur. He
He's
can
been
fill it
instant
up.
offense
Yep.
for them. Here's Beasley. You know he can score. There's a block, but it's a goaltending.
And it could have been a foul.
Yeah,
Looked like they got him on the right arm.
Here's Stewart. Spins, hangs, blocked though by Sean Williams, who leads the Big 3 in blocks this season.
Well, you just have to feel that help coming from the weak side. See right here, you gotta feel that and maybe make that next pass, especially when a shot blocker is in the vicinity.
Shooting 1 for 2. Got it. 5-point lead for 3's Company. A victory for 3's Company, and they're in the playoffs.
Does it feel like 3's Company a little bit more the desperate team to start?
Yeah, it does. Enemies obviously have spent most of the season as the #1 team, but they said, look, last week they wanted to show that they're still the top team, even though suffering that loss to Bivouac. But it's here early on, it's been 3's Company. It's had control and command. Chris Allen has come in. He picks up that personal on Beasley.
Boy, it just seems like Michael Beasley's making the defense pay for all of their mistakes. You go for a steal and you're unsuccessful, then it's basically turning into a 3-on-2.
Core with it.
So how do you want to attack the switch? They're posting up the switch.
Break in the action, 30 seconds, and it's 3's Company with a 7-point lead over the defending champions. We'll be back in 30. Big 3 regular season finale. It's 3's Company on top of the enemies. Hey, don't forget tonight on Big Brother, you got alliances, they're forming, showmances, they're blooming. The twists, they just keep on coming. So what's next for those house guests? You can find out. New Big Brother. It's tonight after the Tulsa King on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. 7-point lead for 3's Company. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. 3's Company have victory. They're in.
It's pretty interesting how Swaggy P, Nick Young, is rotating, his players in and out. I think, right now they're the deeper team. They've exhibited really good chemistry this year.
Crawford misses that 3. Beasley snags it, fires up another triple. And that one off of Crawford.
And unlike when 3's Company started the game, now their guards are going to the offensive glass and not just Reggie Evans.
Core will inbound. Here's Williams. Back to Core. Got it. And it's a 3.
And that's what we talked about, especially with Beasley on the bench. Who's the next guy to step up?
Here's Miller. His jumper missed everything. And now 3's Company with a bucket will go to the half. Impressive so far first half by 3's Company.
Yeah, and if you can secure those air balls before they go out of bounds, that's the easy time to convert.
Michael Cooper wants to draw something out, a play out of bounds. We'll take a break as well. It's 3's Company up 10 over the enemies. Welcome back in San Antonio. Here's what's at stake for 3's Company. This is the regular season finale. A win, they're in the playoffs for 3's Company. And it looks like they get this victory, they would probably face the enemies again in the playoffs next week in Nashville. Last thing they want to do is take a loss, because then you have a whole host of teams at 5 and 3, and then you go by point differential, and that's something you don't want to get into if you're 3's Company.
It's always great when you can control your own destiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to rely on anybody else to give you any help or assistance.
Here's Williams, a bucket, we go to the half. 5 now on the shot clock, spinning. His shot rolls off. Here's Elijah Stewart, working on Reggie Evans. Kicks it out to Austin. Austin fires that one up, misses. Core skies. And here's Nasir Core.
Yeah, 3's Company, they got to figure out a way on these pick and rolls with Reggie Evans, how to punish the defense and make the defense pay, just like that situation there. Nasir Kaur has been outstanding to start it.
And with that jumper, we go to the half, and it is 3's company with a 13-point lead over the enemies. Let's go to Rachel Demita. She's with their captain, Mario Chalmers.
This is a big week for the Big Three. We are going down to just 4 teams after this week. What was your guys' mindset coming into today's game?
We've been playing great all season, so no time for slip now. Just come out here and finish the job. We know Enemy's a tough team, the defending champion, so we're trying to send a message.
I've seen that you've had a lot of conversations with coach, with the refs. What's going on out there?
I'm just trying to keep everything together. You know, sometimes a ref will make a call, you don't really understand it, so you're just trying to get an understanding. And then as a team, we're just talking, keeping each other encouraged and trying to work together.
Perfect. Good luck in the second half.
Appreciate it.
He's the captain, Mario Chalmers, and his 3's company squad up 25-13 over the defending champions. Second half when we come back. Welcome back to San Antonio. Regular season finale, and it's 3's company on top of the enemy. Now it's time. Well, before we get to that, make sure you get your official Big 3 merch, and you can get it at store.big3.com. You can get league, team apparel. I'm talking jerseys, the hats, the jackets, and I'm telling you, the logo on those hats, fire. Get it all at store.big3.com. Brian Custer alongside Avery Johnson, the little general. Of course, won an NBA championship right here in San Antonio. You look at that first half, 3's company, they knew they had to win if they want to make the playoff, and they played like it. Beasley had 8, Chalmers had 8, and then Nasir Kaur also contributed as well.
We talked about Michael Beasley needed some help. He's getting it today. His supporting cast has been outstanding. They're playing with more urgency. They understand what's at stake for this game, and I just love their approach to the game.
It's time now for the juiciest moment of the half. It is brought to you by Simply Spiked. 21 and over. It contains alcohol now. And make sure you celebrate responsibly. And you talk about Michael Beasley, those 8 points in that first half.
Yeah, quick drives. We know he's strong left-handed. He can knock down the 3, but look at the stare. He's saying, hey, man, we're here to play. We're here to win. We don't have nothing to talk about.
Here's Ice Cube, co-founder of the league of the Big 3. Had a concert here in San Antonio. Sold out crowd here, and you can see another great crowd here in San Antonio watching these games. Beasley leads the league in scoring with 22 plus.
And speaking of Ice Cube, we got a little bit of a challenge going on with the team that wins the gold medal.
Yeah.
Come on over and get some of this Big 3 action in Boston.
He feels like this is the best, these are the best 3-on-3 players in the world. And he's already issued a challenge that the 3-on-3 gold medal team needs to play the Big 3 All-Stars at the championship game in Boston in a couple of weeks. That's the challenge that he set out to the Olympic gold medal team.
We'll see if challenge is accepted.
Yeah, really. Here's Reggie Evans. Did he walk? He did. He moved the feet.
So Reggie Evans went a little bit to dance class.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Right?
Yeah. He did a little two-step, little Texas two-step. Here's Crawford in the land of trees, has it blocked. Here's Chalmers, wide open. Knocks it down. And most of the hustle plays are going towards 3's company.
And whomever can get those loose balls, those 50-50 balls.
Look at that swipe by Mario Chalmers.
It just seems like the enemies right now, they're stuck in mud a little bit. 3's company, they're quicker to the ball. Defensively, they're guarding their yard, they're guarding their man.
7-0 run here by 3's company. First team to 50 wins it. Beasley knocks it down. He's in double figures. Crawford. In and out. Tipped out to Chalmers. He thought about the three. He'll give it up to Beasley. He'll take it. Here's Austin. Into the chest of Chalmers, but no good.
But you see, they're trying to take charges. They're doing it. Oh, wow.
Look at Beasley as he sticks his tongue out at Austin. Oh, be easy, Michael Beasley. 3's company is rolling. They're up 20 on the defending champs. A win, and they're in the postseason. It's the Big 3 here on CBS. 19-point run by 3's company, and they are up 20. Hey, discover something new every week. Biggest face-offs, the hottest heartthrobs, best ugly cries, mountain of movies. They await you on Paramount Plus. Just head to ParamountPlus.com, and you can try it for free.
And speaking of gladiators and Mavericks, that's how 3's company's playing.
Yeah.
They're playing like gladiators.
Yes, they are.
They got something on their mind. I talked to those guys a little bit this morning when they were coming down for their breakfast meeting. I was drinking coffee.
Okay.
So don't call my wife and tell her I was having breakfast because I'm on a diet. Okay? Okay?
Here we go.
Just remember that.
Reggie Evans, Isaiah Austin, a little pushing and shoving. We saw some of this last week. And Reggie is a guy who never backs down from anybody.
Yeah, but maybe Isaiah Austin's trying to fire up his team a little bit. We'll see if the refs can get it under control. You see Coach Cooper, Michael Cooper out there, along with Nick Young, trying to get their team settled down.
So now Reggie Evans and Nick Young
But see,
talk a little stuff to each other.
If you're 3's company, you don't want to get a technical foul. You got a 20-point lead.
Well, here we go. We resume play. Elijah Stewart into Austin.
We'll see if that little non-scuffle can
Fire up one of these squads.
specifically the enemies. They need to be fired up.
Beasley, the Chalmers, wide open. Count that. Count that.
But see, 3's company, they're not backing down. They're staying in attack mode. Boy, just making the right play. It just feels so good and looks. Guys making high-level basketball plays.
Crawford fouled on the drive. 21-point lead.
Now, the wonderful thing about this lead, because it's not about a clock, it's the first team to 50.
Yes.
So the enemies, they got to string together some stops on defense, some quality possessions on offense to cut into this deficit.
Chalmers working on Austin with 4. Drives, lays it up, no good. Crawford into Austin, who dunks it home.
Well, I think Chalmers has a point on that one. He got nailed.
Here's Beasley. Missed everything. Here comes Nasir Kaur.
Yep, good substitution by Coach Cooper here.
Bring in some more offense.
Yep. Now they're a little bit smaller without Reggie Evans.
Crawford fades, misses. Beasley the rebound. Here's Kaur. Got Crawford in the air.
I think Crawford wants him to bring the fire on this one.
And that's exactly what Nick Young's going to do. You don't like a foul call, you can bring the fire and challenge it that way. So now Nasir Kaur is going to have to go one-on-one against Jordan Crawford. If Kaur scores, they get the points. But if Crawford can get the stop, the enemies will get the basketball. That team foul will come off the board.
He only has 10 seconds. So you got to go to your best move right here.
Fadeaway jumper is not going to get it.
See, a lot of times in that one-on-one situation, you have to make an attempt to drive the ball to the basket. There was no attempt here. This is the easiest thing to defend. I can defend that play. You and I both. Put some pressure on the defense.
Ooh, Stu behind the back and knocks it down.
He put Kaur in the blender that
Yes,
time.
he did. The enemy's trying to make a little run. Now scored 6 straight points. Beasley attacking. 3's company now 12 points away from victory, thanks to Mario Chalmers and Michael Beasley.
We always talk about coaching. Well, coaching is at a high level when your players make plays and when they can make shots. And then when you have somebody that you can go to in a 9-1-1 situation and he comes through.
As soon as we're done, Ghost Ballers will take on Tri-State. Ghost Ballers with a win, they can fight their way into the playoffs just like 3's company. And their head coach, he's with Brian Scalabrine.
I'm with the Hall of Famer Michael Cooper. And what got into your squad today?
Well, you know what, last week was a fluke, I think, but this is the real 3's company team. I just think we're playing our game.
Letting you know, I think if you guys win today, you might play them again. You got to keep anything close to the best?
No, just lay it out there, because this is what they're going to say. We're trying to win a championship.
That sounds like a guy that played in the 80s.
Listen, with a win, they, of course, have the most wins in team history, and you can see they're looking for some help as well from what Beasley has done the past couple of weeks. But, you know, he's gotten it today. He's got 15, Chalmers 14, Stewart misses that 3. There's Chalmers, though, and here's Beasley.
And the main thing is with 3's company, they're taking on the personality of their coach. You know, when you talk about Coop, you know, he was, what, the 1987 NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, he would lock you up.
8-time NBA All-Defensive Team. So it's been starting with their defense. As good as their offense has been, their defense has been even better.
Beasley with the teardrop. Now 10 points away from victory. Here's Crawford trying to get to the cup. Draws the personal.
Yeah, and see, even on that situation, no easy baskets.
Sean Williams will check back in. Rio will have a break.
And we talked about the enemies being, you know, had more quality depth. It's not showing up today.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's been 3's company. Everybody's making contributions.
Jumper not falling for the enemies. Isaiah Austin will found Nasir Kaur.
But see, you can't teach that type of effort. That's player-led type of response.
Kaur has been one of the best 6-man in this league. Look at this, wide open. Kid, I'm telling you, he can play. Out of FAMU, got that football body, and it's been instant offense for 3's company.
Yeah, that's right. When you're talking about somebody coming off the bench, you got to be ready to play.
Stewart lays it in. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say Nasir Kaur is going to get my vote for 4th man of the year.
Yeah, he's trying to get your attention.
It was like 3 straight weeks where he was winning games for 3's Company. Here's the follow by Sean Williams. And now 3's Company 5 points away from victory and securing a playoff spot. Here's Austin. Nothing has fallen for the enemies.
And everything is in play. I wouldn't be surprised. It's the one thing when you're 3's Company, you really want to put away the enemies now. You don't want to get into your Harlem Globetrotters routine.
Here's Chris Allen. But his first 2 points of the night.
I know it's about entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you may. Beasley has the right to clown around a little bit, right?
Especially when we got a 22-point lead. He's got it now. Drives on Stewart. There he goes. Little soft touch, no good. Beasley from the corner.
Coop's he's going to need a timeout if they don't score.
Williams dunks it home. And now 3's Company just 3 points away from victory. Nick Young calls a timeout.
What does he say in this timeout? What does Nick Young say?
Hopefully he's got like a 20-point play drawn up to help his squad. Well, being here in San Antonio has special meaning to Mario Chalmers. Why? You remember back in 2008, the Alamo Dome here in San Antonio, the NCAA championship game, playing for Kansas. He hit that three-pointer with 2.1 seconds left, sent that game into overtime against Memphis, and yes, the Jayhawks went on to win that national championship. It was the school's first, by the way, since '88, since Danny and the Miracles.
And we're still screaming at the Memphis coaching staff to foul, foul, foul. Back court, half court.
19 for Beasley, 14 for Chalmers. And just 3 points away from victory. Allen into Crawford, but Crawford was held.
And we showed that graphic with today's stars, and I know we featured Chalmers and Beasley, but I believe, and I know you do, it's just the entire team.
Yeah, just hustle, just got after it.
So right now, 3's Company can win it with a 4-point shot.
Or three.
Or three.
Or three. And they win it and lock up a playoff spot. Here's Core.
Oh, he's too far. He had a little opening there to shoot it.
For the win. Yes! Nasir Core. 1, 2, 3. We win, and we've locked up a playoff spot. I told you, that kid, 4th man of the year. Shot of the game, it is presented by Hyundai and 3's Company. What a 27-point whooping on the defending champs.
Yeah, Nasir Core had plenty of opportunities here. The enemies they were confused defensively, basically all game long, and he made them pay the price.
11 points for Nasir Core. My vote for 4th man of the year, he's with Rachel Demita.
Thanks, guys. We were anticipating a close game today. This one seemed easy for you. How do you feel about that win?
Felt great about the win. We needed it going into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of chat over there. Jordan Crawford told me I ain't off the porch, but asked him if I jumped off the porch now.
We heard all the chatter, don't worry. Also, word on the street is that you guys might be matching up again in the playoffs just next week. Do you have anything else to give?
I ain't got nothing else to give. See what I did right there? You're going to repeat that one more time, get this dub, and be on the championship in Boston.
Great win today.
Thank you.
How about that confidence from that youngster?
He's confident, and I had to change my vote for 4th man of the year.
I'm telling you, the kid's got it. He's got it, I'm telling you. Nasir Kaur leads 3's Company to 6 wins, the most in franchise history for 3's Company. They've locked up a playoff spot. There's just one left. Will it be Tri-State? Will it be the Ghost Ballers? Will it be Triplets? We will find out, because it was the defending champs going down to 3's Company. More Big 3 action when we come back.